If you exude a certain amount of confidence, it doesn't matter what task you are undertaking. In this particular instance, we're taking it to one of the most extreme scenarios you can do, putting yourself into a fight, and learning how to have the confidence to deal with that situation. Anything below that, you can deal with. If you're having a hard day at home with your wife, well, that's all right. A month prior to this, you jumped in the ring and went toe-to-toe with a person, and they tried to beat the shit out of you, tried to beat the shit out of them. It kind of puts everything in perspective. If you can have the confidence to jump in there and do that, it carries over to so many other things in your life.
Next group roll in, next group roll in. Let's have some fun, let's have some fun.
So we're halfway through the Hunt Warrior program now.
Come on, keep pushing, down, up, down, up.
And we're starting to spar and get on the ground and do some grappling, which has been a lot of fun. And it's good to see everyone showing some of the techniques that we've been taught over the last few weeks.
Yeah, let's go.
I thrive under a challenge and a set time frame, so 20 weeks I thought was enough time to really change my habits, really get me out of my comfort zone.
Come on, let's go, speed up.
And probably more importantly, I have 3 daughters and I just show them, hey, if your old mother can do this, then you can do something too.
One more round, go, go, go.
I have a little routine after each session. I ring my partner, tell him what we've done. I feel heaps better. It's always the 4:30 getting up. I was like, oh, why am I doing this? But after each session, I always feel better, great starts of the day.
This journey is amazing, and I really wish I did this ages ago, to be fair. I lost a bit of weight, but also mentally I'm feeling really good as well.
So I work out at the Auckland Domestic Airport. I'm a multi-site general manager. I look after 2 restaurants out there. I'm a bit of a workaholic. It's one of the main reasons why I decided to do this course, so I can push myself to have a better work-life balance. Because I never had one before. When you walk into the gym, you just, everything, the stress, the worry about rent, bills, it just goes out the door, and all you think about is, what am I going to do today? What tactics am I going to learn? Can I try something new? How am I going to take my opponent down? You think, that's what you think about. Everything else is gone. I'm definitely thinking about training all the time. There was a scenario at work where we had a customer complaining. He was quite aggressive, and as I was walking to resolve the issue, the first thing that popped in my head was, should I do a jab or a fake and then do a single leg takedown or double leg takedown? Personally, I think it's amazing, but I think I need to tone it down when I get to work.
Okay, listen. We need accurate counting from the pad holder. 40 is your number. Obviously, if you reach 40, you get a rest. You can rest. Ready, go!
So halfway through the program, I'm feeling much stronger than I did at the beginning, which is cool to see that level of progression. I'm feeling just as exhausted as I was at the beginning.
I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth. I can kick whenever I want. He can kick whenever he wants.
But I love the routine and I love the discipline of going to bed on time, getting up on time, and it's quite a cool family environment.
Go!
I didn't really set myself any definite goals at the beginning, apart from my commitment to show up. On the days where that's really hard, you just have to push through and keep showing up. I've never done anything like this before, so I don't know how my body is going to respond or what's going to happen to my physique or anything like that. So I'm just on this big self-experiment. No regrets so far.
Thank you. Have a great day. Drop down. So the scenario we're doing, he's got his arms locked. This is the worst case scenario. Push the head, drop to the belly. My feet do this. Okay? Cover the head with my hip. Louis driving forward because he's a powerlifter. He's still moving forward. I go here on the knees. That stops him from moving forward. He shoots double leg. I drive my hips back, cover the head. Push the head and I'm gonna stand up. Circle up, okay? The real sparring is just a tool to help us learn to fight. Sparring is not an actual fight. In the amount of time that we have, what it's gonna come down to is whoever can do the fundamentals the best. So when I throw my left hand, I don't drop my hand over here. I have my hand up and they come back to my face. When someone comes to attack me, my hands stay here. They don't start doing this. It's whoever can do the basics the best is gonna be the more successful, okay?
10 weeks to go, so a lot more real, a lot more pressure.
Hands up, fainting, watch your distance.
There's so much to it, as an observer, not knowing the intricacies of what's actually going on, especially at the elite level, But there's so much going on in just terms of getting that feel.
Keep your hands up, keep your hands up.
It's about willpower, You can be bigger, you can be stronger, but I think at the end of the day, the strongest wills will prevail.
If I go here like this, and Gloria's like holding on really tight, and we get like here, so I'm really stretched out and Gloria's persisting, then it's very easy for me to just go boom.
And the technical side of things, like, it's never ending. You know, there's always something new to learn from different coaches like Eugene and Selby. Yeah, I mean, you always have those kind of days where things go better, but, you know, we're always learning. I'm always learning, and everyone's always got their own kind of style and technique of showing a move, and that's what I love about training the most, it's just the learning curve.
Okay, lying on the ground, pushing your partner away, butt scooting. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Been involved in grappling for a few years now. Yeah, my kids started when they were like 5 and 7. Now they're both national champions in both jiu-jitsu and wrestling, which we're all very supportive and proud of. They're having so much fun on the mat. You know, they motivate me, they inspire me.
Practice the slip. The first part's practicing the slip. The second part is practicing seeing the different shots and reading the body language and being relaxed and moving and understanding where the shots are coming from and how to block it, yeah? 1, 2.
It started to turn up a little bit, You could see that the way people are starting to spar and starting to get a little bit more intense.
Rotate with those body shots here. Rotate with the body shot.
It's not like normal sparring because you're having to look out for so many different things, you know? It's not like you can just look out for the hands and the legs. You've got to look out for being taken down as well and then worry about what you're going to do when you do get taken down. So stand-up stuff, I don't mind. Like, I'm familiar with it, but this grappling, it's a whole nother game. I got my ass whooped yesterday. It was my first time rolling, so getting taken out by the woman and everyone was yeah, not good for the ego.
Okay. I'm impressed. Not by the sparring, that was pretty shit. But by the way that we worked with each other and we were able to understand what real sparring is. Okay, we are going to line up from heaviest to lightest. Go.
Like immediately off the bat, when I split the group, I go from the largest to the smallest. Straight away, they're expecting, oh, cool, he's going to split us up.
First 4, step up.
He's going to put all the small people in one sparring and all the big people in one sparring.
3, 2, 1, go. Get up.
So when you grab the 10 biggest people and put them with the 10 smallest people, then immediately they're like, oh, wow, that's unexpected.
The smallest person in the room should be able to train with the biggest person in the room. Because the biggest person in the room isn't going to be an asshole and try and crush the smallest person in the room. They're going to pull back their power, make sure they don't put too much weight on the person because of the size differential, weight differential, strength differential.
It helps send a message of exactly what I'm talking about, the whole principles of sparring, that the biggest people in the room should still be able to spar with the smallest people in the room and be effective and get something out of it.
I'm going to come down this way, throw my hands, make sure my feet are in the right position, and check to the outside and the inside.
The technique is starting to embed in my brain. Before I was like, what the hell am I doing?
More, Jackie. Open the leg. That's it.
Always thinking about the fight. I think what stuck in my mind was like, you don't want your family to come and watch you getting beaten up.
So you push your head this way and put your head here, and then go back. And now underhook, and now turn.
It's been an interesting last couple of weeks. We've moved from the foundational stuff that we've been learning and now implementing that with a bit more active sparring. We were quite friendly before, but now we're starting to push each other a bit more, take a few more punches, and it's getting a bit real now.
Careful, controlled.
It's a bit of a shock, all the things that you've been learning, and then actually someone's starting to punch you and you think, oh shit, I actually need to be onto it now and start to defend myself.
Nice and light, controlled, hands up. Hands up the whole time.
It's fun at the moment, but I think once I get a black eye and once I get some really hard knocks, it probably won't be so much fun and more. Actually, I'm going to be doing something in the next 10 weeks that I really need to pay attention and get on with this.
Born and bred Westies, grew up in Massey. Probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I started to like boxing a bit more. Then started to become more interested in MMA as it got more popular in New Zealand. And then saw the opportunity to do something very different with myself. I didn't tell anyone for a long time because I'm quite a private person normally. And then as it's getting closer, I'm telling more people. And I think they're more in shock really that I'm doing this to myself. I even tried to get my partner to come because he keeps saying to me, I want to learn how to do MMA. I was like, well, here's an opportunity. But he didn't come. On the first day, it was terrible. I didn't know anyone. There was over 100 of us all cramped into the gym. I was shit scared, to be honest. But it's a really supportive group. We've created this little family where we support each other when someone's not doing so well. You know, we're always yelling out, keep going, keep going. And at the end of the day, I think everyone just wants people to put their best foot forward, so they're going to support each other to do that.
You will start to understand the body language that you get. The low kick and the high kick, you'll see the body language. You'll see that they're quite different. But as you get better and better, they get better and better at disguising whether that's going to be a low kick or a high kick. And then they start to both look the same. So that's when you've just got to be ready for both. Anything like around this thigh area, even to the body, yeah, I can check. Anything that starts to come a bit higher, I got to block with my arms. As it's making its impact, I just take a real fast step in the same direction the kick would be going, so that I'm not taking all that power there, see? This is effectively like sparring, but with just your legs. You got it? 1, 2, let's go. Okay, grab a partner, hop down on the ground. The other person hop down on top of them. I don't care in what position, the person on top gets to choose the position that they hop onto, I guess. Okay, ready, start. It's only a very short round, be explosive, get out. Hey!
You're getting in, doing a few more rounds now, live rounds, so there's a bit more pressure on the ground, there's a bit more speed in the stand-up. You get out there, you'll throw a punch and your energy will just drain out, so it's really good to feel that, feel the pressure.
Let's get your bum down.
I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I've got 3 grandchildren. Toko toru aku mokopuna.
Ah, yes, that's it.
My energy levels, yeah, I'm pretty smashed by the end of the day, that's for sure. So got to slowly build into week 20, prepare for this fight.
Yeah, good sparring, good cooperation. Good cooperation, that's what sparring's about. Only kicking low into the body.
I got absolutely wasted my first time sparring. It was disheartening, to be quite honest, you know, because when Eugene goes, yeah, okay, do a 1, 2, 3, you know how to block there.
Only punching very light.
When it's a live sparring scenario, the odds of someone doing a 1, 2, 3 are not high.
Block the punches with your gloves, not your face.
But I talked to Eugene and was like, you know, what can I improve on? He gave me a few pointers. We went for another round of sparring and I still got wasted, but I wasn't taking as much hits. I was blocking a lot more. It's definitely a good learning curve. You think you're doing well with all of this training every morning, 5:30, you're in there, you know, doing all the drills. But then when you come to sparring, you don't even land one hit. It's like, wow, what are you doing?
This is really hard.
Yeah. Calm down a little bit, calm down a little bit, calm down a little bit. It is tough. It is tough.
Pressure, eh?
Yeah, I understand. You'll hear fighters quite often say that the hardest part of the whole fight is the training leading up to it. Because you put yourself under immense pressure and you put yourself in situations where you, to be honest, you're probably not going to experience in the fight.
Yeah, I got to that like emotional wall this week and I just broke down in class. When you're trying to put into practice everything you've learned and none of it works and you're like, I can't even do this and I'm sore and yeah, so for me it just kind of got to that wall.
Like if you can gain any little bit of ascendancy against opponents who are much stronger than you, then that's something that you can twist around and be like, well, if I can do that against them, then I can definitely pull that off against someone that the coaches have matched me with.
So you've got the real tough physical side, but then you've also got to push through so hard. Like when you fall off your bike as a kid, you might not be that hurt, but the shock of it brings the emotion up. And so it's like the shock of being punched in the head or whatever, it just brings emotions to the surface for me.
What you're going through now is what being in this challenge and being a fighter is about. Is that's the challenge that we all face every day. Sometimes whether you're a professional, amateur, or you're a want-to warrior, sometimes you come in and you're going to get dominated. But that's part of the journey. These people are inexperienced and this is their first time doing it, but this carries right through, right up until you're the UFC champion of the world. You still have your moments of doubt, you still have moments of weakness, and I still have to be well versed in recognizing them and dealing with them. A lot of people are like silent about it, but it's good to let your frustrations out and let me know that you're feeling frustrated because, yeah.
I decided when I started if I needed to cry, I'd let it.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Everybody in the sport cries. Everybody in the sport cries. And everybody's allowed to break down. Trust me, in this sport, everybody does. Many times. Before training UFC champions, before Want Warriors, before City Kickboxing, I was an MMA fighter myself. I know what it's like to step out into the lights. I've done it 48 times myself. Dear Lord, thank you for giving us this wonderful opportunity for the fighters to show off their talent in the cage tonight, Lord. We ask that you protect all the fighters, protect our guys and girls in the cage tonight and deliver them back to their friends and family safely. We ask that you give the fighters strength. We ask that you give the corner wisdom. Everything that we do tonight is in your name, Lord. Thank you. Amen. Amen. Woo! I want people to see the gym for what it is that it's an all-inclusive place for people that want to learn martial arts and live by a certain code and lifestyle.
Recompose your guard and get up. Yeah. Good. Down by the butt. Bring the arm. Yeah. Nice, baby.
The only thing that really differentiates the person that comes in and learns about martial arts and gets into it and never wants to fight as an Israel Adesanya or a Dan Hooker is that one person has goals to become rich and famous and be the best at their sport, and one person just wants to learn about the martial arts and live that sort of lifestyle. Well, they're both doing the same thing. They're both taking that same journey, learning exactly the same techniques, learning exactly the same philosophy, learning from the same coaches. They're just walking through slightly different doors.
So when she circles, you come across, and then she goes the other way, you come across and try and trap her there, yeah? And that makes her panic.
Up until a certain point, like right up till the end, you can swap those people out. That's what the message that I would like to get across to people.
I've lost a few more kilos, like 10 kgs overall, I think, since the start, so happy with how it's tracking. When I first started, I was hugely overweight. My cardio wasn't there. Then I just had a newborn baby, so I wanted to do something about it. And when I saw Women to Warrior, I decided, it sounds like something that'll get me in shape. Close to the fittest I've been in a long time, probably since my early years, No matter what happens on the night, I think it's been worth it. It's paid off.
This one here is my son Jayan. It's in Sanskrit. That's my father's heritage. And then my other son Dallas is on the other side as well. Gotta get one for Gypsy now. Yeah, I remember my wife saying the kids will follow your example and not necessarily what you say to them. So it's only recently that I've started to see that they're starting to pay interest in what I'm doing as well. So just go out there and do something for yourself. That's what I'm trying to tell them. When we started Women to Warrior, I started going for a run again, and I was only able to do like a K before the body started screaming out in pain, calf muscles, everything. But now I'm starting to get up to like 10, 15 Ks, and I've signed up for a half marathon as well. My wife's always keen to see me get out there. I don't know if she wants to see me get a hiding or not, I don't know.
Grab your partner, put them on your back. In a piggyback position, hurry up.
I have a basic curriculum that all the Women to Warrior gyms all over the world are using.
Squat 3 steps, walk 3 steps, go, start. Can be short squats.
You got to get through these 5 months or so, and it will be a bit of a grind and it will be tough times. But the feeling of accomplishment these guys will get after completing their fight, it's the reason that I've had 48 fights. It's the reason why you keep fighting, is for that feeling. And it's going to be an amazing experience for them to feel that feeling.
Time, swap. Start, nice and light. Good cooperation, that's what sparring's about.
Got punched a few times, something that we're not used to. Punching someone and getting punched. As soon as I started getting punched, I forgot everything that I learned. It's intense. But I loved it, eh? I feel really worked up now. And my wife said no to the fight. So I've got a month and a bit to try to convince her. So I've got to sweeten her up, maybe some chocolates, bring her down here, or even probably a dinner. But yeah, I've got a bit of work to do at home to get into this fight.
Should be on one knee and 1 foot on the bottom, you bums!
Oh, it's been one of the toughest weeks so far of the whole program.
Stand up, 1, 2, 1, 2, jump in the guard, close the guard. Grab the biceps when you get up.
I missed the first 2 days, had a bit of personal trouble, so I wasn't feeling up to waking up that early and coming here and going home, but got my confidence back.
Get down on your back. Hurry up!
I finished off today with revisiting all the grappling stuff and then absolutely shattered. Yeah, starting to get real now, starting to see that I need to improve on my fitness. You know, my cardio needs to improve. I'm not going to make it past the second round going like this, so got to do some extras now after training, hit the road, start doing some more running, just consuming a lot more water instead of everything else.
Okay, guys, tomorrow, please make sure you're here. A little bit more sparring, a little bit more this, a little bit more that. Well done, thank you very much.
I enjoyed sparring. It's good to be able to, in your head, put it all together and try different things and still be in that respectful learning space. I noticed today that I was better at it than last time, so I'm like, okay, I'm getting better.
Thanks, guys. Great work. See you tomorrow.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.